this is our plane. See, babe, that's why there's no hard-sided luggage. Now that we have boots on the ground here in the Dandy East, let me show you the safari camp that we're staying at. Welcome to the Dandy East Hunting Lodge, where you'll be staying in one of these luxury chalets behind me. And let me show you around our chalet. As you can see, these chalets were designed with proper ventilation in mind to survive the Zambezi Valley heat. And if you look inside here, all of these come complete with spiders, scorpions, and maybe a few black mambas. And as a complimentary gift to all of our guests, all guests will receive a nightly foot massage by the local pack of hyenas. And for the low price of an additional 50 trillion Zimbabwe dollars, you can upgrade to the luxury suites. Let's take a look at these bad boys. Oh, and look at that. A king-size mud bed. Wow. But if you can't afford the high price, for a few less trillion dollars, you could stay in our open floor plan with a queen-size bed made of sticks. Comfort enough to keep a wife perfectly happy. Are you happy, honey? And if your wife starts nagging you to death on safari, we have a cage for her. A man's dream. And dinner is served. What are you eating, Becca?
Corn.
What are you drinking?
Water.
I'm just joking with you. This is Karunga Camp right here, and let me show you around. And this is the dining chalet right here. It's very nicely appointed. Here's the dining table right here. Little lounge area right there. Hi, Becca. And Keith always keeps a refrigerator for me stocked with these lovely, lovely Zambezi's. Don't mind if I do. And this is the dinner service area right here. We have this wonderful open patio right here overlooking this pan that local wildlife frequents. And every morning when you wake up and every night when you come back, there's a nice fire going here for you. And let me take you down and show you our little hut, which is down here. And this is our lovely hut right here, or chalet, of Becca chilling. And our view right here, this little pan right here, right in front of our room, right off our doorstep. A lot of wildlife visits here. We just had a troop of about 20 or 30 baboons here just now. And of course we have a nice king-size bed here with mosquito netting. We use that at night. And of course this hut, the windows here are chicken wire. So it's fully ventilated. Which the restroom, you know, very accommodating. Got a toilet, nice shower, and this room comes complete with my own little gun rack right here. So Winnie has a little place to rest at night. And Winnie likes her. This is Mr. Keith Wall, my professional hunter for this trip, with Charlton McCallum Safaris. And tell us a little bit about yourself, Keith. When did you start hunting?
Hi guys, yeah, I started hunting when I was about 6 years old in Zimbabwe when we used to farm, and we used to hunt a lot of bush pigs and impala and kudu and all that when we were young. And I decided to get into the industry about 18 years ago. I started with an outfit called Ingwe Safaris here in the Dandy. So I do know the Dandy East pretty well and Dandy South. From when I qualified, 5 years after that, I started with Chifuti Safaris. I hunted with them for about 8 to 9 years, roughly there. And then I ended up here with Charlton McCallum Safaris and loving it so far.
What is your favorite animal to hunt, Keith?
You know what, Chris, I'm pretty much an all-rounder, to be honest. I love hunting everything. But like you say, I mean, everyone has a favorite, and elephant. Elephant really gets me going. And cats. Leopard especially. Leopard is it's like playing chess. You got to really hunt with your head. And everyone loves hunting dugger boys too. So, but my absolute favorite, elephant.
And for people coming here, let's say to go on your typical dangerous game hunt, like a buffalo hunt or a elephant hunt, what are your recommendations for them in preparation for the hunt?
Well, lots of practice. Get yourself into good shape. Here in the valley, you will do a lot of walking. Practice those shooting sticks. Get familiar with your rifle, reloading, shooting, and obviously getting the right caliber that you can handle the recoil. Some people can't handle recoil. I would suggest starting off with a 375 if you can't handle it. If you want to go up, well, by all means, please do that. But I would just get your fitness on par and shooting of sticks. You do a lot of shooting of sticks, and you have to shoot quickly here. So as soon as you get on the sticks, be ready to shoot.
Well, thank you for the interview, Keith. I can't wait to start hunting.
Absolutely.
We got buffalo biltong by the fire. On day one, we arrived in the camp, settled in really good, and kind of got a little bit of the lay of the property here and the lay of the Dandy Safari area surrounding the lodge. And, I thought it was a good first day, just kind of settling in and seeing what was out there. Is that from those baobabs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Matata. Matata.
We have lion spoor. They're tracking the same herd of buffalo we were just on. So day two was a pretty awesome day, even though I didn't put any animals in the salt today. We started early this morning, and while we were out getting on some buffalo tracks, Keith immediately got on his binoculars and said, "Chris, you got to shoot that kudu." You know, and he knows I really wasn't looking for a kudu. I shot enough kudu. But he said, "No, you got to shoot this one." And, you know, lo and behold, over there was this massive kudu. It was, he estimated it to be 55 plus inches with 3 super deep curls and ivory tips just pointing out to the sides like the wings of an eagle, man. It was a monster. And Becca said it was the hugest she's ever seen. And we put a stock on that thing and stocked at a good distance, but we just couldn't seal the deal, which is probably why it's a 55 plus inch kudu. And then later on that morning, while we were stalking on buffalo, we ran into this humongous sable just sitting there about 50 yards away, just looking at us. I mean, it didn't even care that we were there. And this thing was just magnificent. But, you know, I didn't put a sable on quota when I booked this hunt. And we weren't sure if there was even one available on quota. So I had to hold off on shooting that. And then unfortunately, later on in the day, while we were putting stalks on buffalo, we came across a humongous herd of sable, and 2 of those bulls were just magnificent. But once again, I couldn't touch those. And the day ended about an hour before the sun went down. We got on some tracks of a couple Doug boys, and those tracks were only about 15-20 minutes old. So we decided, even though it was late, those were 2 good Daga to put a stock on. And looks like some Daga crossed the road right here. Into that, and we stalked into them, and literally with probably 2 minutes left of daylight, we caught up with the bulls. And one of them, it was just a great Daga with these huge solid bosses and drop horns and ragged ears on it and a white face. It was just a beautiful old bull, and it was facing right at us about 50-60 yards away. But unfortunately, it had about a 4 or 5 inch diameter branch right across its chest right there. So I held off on making that shot. That's a little bit too risky right there. I didn't want to risk it, especially with like 2 minutes of daylight left. So we passed on that. And the bad part about that is all of us forgot to bring our torches into the bush when we went on that stalk, and we ended up having to walk a couple miles out in complete pitch black darkness out to the road. And that was a pretty funny experience. Our legs were pretty scratched up from that. But day 2 was pretty cool. these buffalo just trudge relentlessly through this thick thorn-ridden brush out here in 100+ degree heat, and they just keep going and going and going and moving all day. And in order to get these buffalo, we have to be just as tough as the buffalo. So let's hope we're just as tough as these buffalo today. They found a donut rock. This is not a donut. This is a rock. Pretty weird. Never seen anything like that. This side of the road is Mozambique. This side of the road is Zimbabwe. This side of the road is Mozambique. This side of the road is Zimbabwe. And this is one of the tracker's dangerous game belts. I mean, look at how tattered and tore up this thing is. And this thing looks like a relic from the Rhodesia days. And it very well might be. Who knows, but if this thing could talk, I bet it has some stories to tell. Well, day 3's in the bag, and day 3 was a weird morning. We started out, we were driving out there, and we actually saw a pretty big hyena just kind of hanging out. And Keith knows I wanted to shoot a spotted hyena. I've never had any luck shooting them. Even when I tried to hunt for them, I've never been able to connect with the hyena. So it was just sitting there, and I messed up that opportunity, so we didn't get the hyena. We take off on another buffalo stalk, and we look and stalk and look and stalk and look and stalk, and we just couldn't connect on day 3. The awesome thing about the first few days here is a cold front actually moved into the northeastern Zambezi Valley, and the temperature's been fantastic. It's been about 80, 85 during the day, and it's been dipping down into the mid 50s at night. So the weather's just been beautiful. You know, we expected that really hot early September, 100-degree temperature with high humidity here, and that just hasn't happened yet. So it's been really beautiful, but according to the weather forecast, that is supposed to change tomorrow. Yes.
Starters, potato soup, game with pie, rice, and fried cabbage.
Chicken pie for dessert.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
What do you think about this meat pie, Becca? Look at the designs on top. The meals here are just fantastic. Big lion track.
Reference.
That's a big lion. Wow. The Mopani flies finally found me. We got pretty close to them, and right at the last minute they winded us. So we're all just relaxing, letting them settle down, and we're going to get back on them later. I may have not drawn blood in Africa yet, but Africa has drawn blood on me. I don't know if you can see it. My legs are just a absolute disaster right now.
Okay. Starter, sweet corn fritters, beef steak, fried eggs, chips, and green salad.
Oh, that sounds excellent.
Fruit salad for dessert.
Oh, that's awesome too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Settled for me, eh?
Yes.
And day 4 was a pretty tiring and exhausting day. We literally started stalking buffalo on foot at 6 a.m. and didn't stop until 6:30 p.m. That's right. We were stalking buffalo on foot from before the sun went up to after the sun went down. According to Keith's GPS, we walked on foot almost 20 kilometers on foot in 100-degree heat. And because we were sweating so badly and it got hot, we were just swamped by mapani flies the whole day. So we were tracking buffalo, some good buffalo, but and we were really close, but we just ran out of daylight, so we couldn't seal the deal. So we had an interesting development last night. We actually elicited the services of a local shaman, or what they call in these parts, a witch doctor. Basically, he agreed for compensation to bless this hunt today, that it'll be safe and successful. And in return, we're supposed to give him some of the meat from the side of the buffalo where it laid down and died on. So I don't know the significance of that, but that's the compensation we have to pay for the luck today. And, believe what you want, but our trackers believe it was a necessary step for the day. And, you got to trust the instincts of your trackers. For all of you assholes out there who don't tip their hunting party properly, look at the work that they put in. These guys are literally building a road back to where my buffalo is so we can recover it. There's some very thick brush. Crazy. These guys are just working their asses off. See this road right here? These guys actually built this just now. So I drew a little blood today. That's my knees, my legs, my arms. My wife's bleeding, but unlike me, she's dying. Another day at the office.
roast pork, roast beef fillet, roast potato wedges, fried couchettes.
Orange pancakes for dessert.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, day 5 has some very interesting developments. Apparently last night, Keith and the boys elicited the assistance of a local spirit medium, or what we might call back home, somewhat in a condescending manner, a witch doctor. But he's well respected and highly regarded among the local Shona people here. So they elicited his help, and he did bless our hunt to be safe and successful today. And we went out this morning, and literally with only about a half hour of work, I got my buffalo. So I don't know. Was it the help of spirits? Was it the fact that I decided to wear my lucky shorts? Was it the fact that Becca decided to wear her lucky panties? Or was it the fact that Keith, our PH, decided to wear his lucky Courtney boots? Who knows? All I know is we had an abundance of lucky charms on our side, and it all panned out. So I don't know who good to give credit to for that, but at this point, I'm going with the witch doctor. Oh, and on another note, something I probably forgot to tell you is, remember all those fantastic trophy Sable we're seeing all over here? Well, Keith was able to contact Buzz, and Buzz confirmed that they had a quota for one more Sable over here. So they told me it's mine if I want it. So I may get the Sable of a lifetime on this trip. We'll see. And look up here on Becca's clothes, and it looks like Becca's got a little friend this morning. Hi, little buddy. Look at you, face up in the air, looking all cool. You're a stuck-up frog. Well, on day 6, we woke up relieved that we got the buffalo done. That was kind of weighing heavy on all of us, especially the trackers. So we got up early, and we went to go check that hyena bait we set up just outside of camp over there. And unfortunately, there was no hits on it, no tracks, nothing gnawed on the bait. So we're going to continue to try for that. You know, hopefully we can break my unlucky streak with hyena on this trip. But if not, doesn't matter. What everybody here is trying anyway. Then after that, the meat from my buffalo was delivered to a local village for distribution. And then we came back to camp, uploaded that buffalo quarter that we owed to the spirit medium in payment for his services, and drove 13 kilometers out to where he's at, and delivered what was owed to him. And you know, we thanked him for providing us with the spiritual intervention, and it was actually a very humbling and gratifying experience, something that very few people will get to experience in their lifetime. And he even let me take a picture with him. Check this out. And we just dropped off the buffalo quarter with the medium, and thanked him for intervening with the spirit realm to help our hunt be successful yesterday. And it was a pleasure. We got to meet him and speak with him, and it was truly an honor. After that, we headed into the local village for a few supplies, and Becca actually distributed a lot of candy to the local children. Man, we were not expecting that many children. There was a lot of children, and Becca became the Zambezi Valley sweets lady. And Becca got a kick out of it. The children were very polite and delightful, and we got a little bit of Shona culture on this trip, which I'm very grateful for. And I just love these people. Stopping here to get some cheeky chili. We love that sauce. So we're at the local square here. Getting some. And I think that's a bar right there. I might go in there and have a beer. This is the local gas station. It looks like they sell a little bit of everything here. You need bicycle tires, food, shoes, fresh eggs. And this is our local biltong manufacturing facility here. You can see it's pretty state of the art. So now that the weight of the proverbial and literal buffalo is off our shoulders, we can kind of relax a little bit and concentrate on maybe some plains game. Last night, we went out to a local pan where we'd seen sable before I was allowed to shoot a sable. And we hiked out to that pan and looked around and didn't really see anything and called it a night from there. Had some Zambezis and a good night's sleep. But tomorrow I think we're going to hike back to that same pan and see if we can score on sable. And of course we're going to check our hyena bait again, and hopefully there's something there and I can score on a hyena. So looking forward to the next day. Elephant damage.
Got a lot of water in this bark here. We get a lot of moisture here. Elephant quite often push up and eat the bark. Amazing.
What we have here is an African fanny pack. Okay.
Starter, it's a pew soup for starter.
Carbonara and green salad.
Banana cinnamon syrup for dessert.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Every morning before we even wake up, these guys are out here cleaning and preparing the truck for us every day. I mean, there's no stone unturned and no detail not taken care of with this outfit. spot where a lion was laying down on the road. Crazy. There's his tracks in. Lying down, yeah. Well, yesterday evening we hiked back to a pan to see if there was any sable activity back there, and we came up empty, so we hiked back out. And this morning we decided to do the same thing, and as we were hiking back here, our PH Keith noticed that within our footprints from yesterday there was lion prints right over the top of our footprints. So begs the question, are we the hunters or are we the hunted? You want to climb that tree, Becca? Go for it. Well, on day 8, we set out to concentrate on plains game and breaking my my hyena hunting drought. We went out this morning, checked on our hyena bait again, and no activity at all. It hadn't been touched. So we went out and tried really hard to hunt sable. While we were out hunting sable, about 25 yards away from us, this impala ram came up and just stood there, and he was just a really good mature ram with good horns on him. And since we needed camp meat anyways, I decided to harvest him and took him down. Well, I got some camp meat this morning. Very nice impala ram. Got very close to, only about 25 yards away. Close shot, went right down. Just a beautiful ram. I'm happy with him. He'll make a fantastic Euro mount for my office, and be good to have some more chicken fried impala steaks in camp. And we took him back to camp, and tomorrow night we're supposed to have barbecue impala for dinner and impala schnitzel for lunch. So looking forward to that. But well, it's the heat of the day here in the Dundee East, and the buffalo are taking naps, the lions are taking naps, the baboons are taking naps. So as humans, so shall we take a nap. If you're in a tropical environment like this and you take a lunch break, should always air everything out, especially your shoes and socks. Get those aired out, and I even take out the insoles out of my shoes and make sure those get a good airing before I put them back on. Trust me, it helps. But we went out to roam around and check for sable and really didn't find anything. But we were at one place, I believe it's called Nemwa Pan, and the place was just covered with fresh hyena tracks everywhere. I mean, and when I say covered, I mean there was probably over a dozen hyenas roaming around the spot. So we decided that we were going to relocate our bait to this Nemwa Pan location and build a hunting blind there, and hopefully come back early in the morning and harvest a hyena there. But well, we're gonna try a different location on the hyena bait, so the guys are moving it and setting it up right now. And this is the new blind we built over the hyena bait. See, it's pretty elaborate. This is the spot for the rifle right here. And you can see on that tree over there, exactly 60 yards away is the bait. And they're even setting it up to, in a pinch, I can move the rifle over here and shoot at an angle up there if they don't come all the way down to the bait. So a lot of forethought in the design of this blind too. And of course, you know, all the dry leaves on the ground in the Dundee East this time of year, but the guys cleared a perfect path with no leaves or sticks in it, so we can stalk into this blind quietly. The hyena there. But we spent the remainder of the daylight hours out looking for sable, and just never got any. We got a dance party back here. Woo, woo, look at that. Shaking it, got the leg kicking out.
matata, samosa with sweet chili. Buffalo kebabs with the stir-fry veggies and rice.
Ooh, buffalo kebabs.
Yes.
Malva pudding served with custard for dessert.
Oh, fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I have some more, please?
And these are buffalo kebabs made with the buffalo I shot 2 days ago. Well, today was nothing short of amazing. It was our last day of hunting before we pack everything up and move to a different camp in the north to do some fishing. And, you know, the pressure was on. We've been hunting that Sable hard for the last 3 days. And, you know, no bueno. But we got out early this morning, went to go check our hyena bait, and there was nothing going on there. So... So me and Keith and the boys did a hike back to a pan near the Mozambique border, and we snuck back there and sat against a big baobab tree with the wind right in our face, and we just sat there and silently. And after about an hour, a flock of guinea fowl moved in to the water hole, and you know that's a good sign if they're comfortable there, because they're the eyes of the water hole, you know, with their good vision. So other animals got comfortable, and then some impala started coming down. As a matter of fact, we were so silent sitting against that tree that a group of impala walked right in front of me and Keith, and there was even a nice ram in that, and they didn't even notice we were there. So after about, you know, over an hour or so of sitting there, a couple of really big warthogs came down to the water hole, and Keith said, "Oh, the one on the left, that's the big one." So we slowly crept up, and he set up the sticks, and I took a shot, and I just got a beautiful old warthog with a lot of character, and I really loved that trophy. This old guy was quartering towards me, and I shot him right there, what I thought was the point of the shoulder, and turned out to be a good shot. Went all the way through and blew out right there. Look how old this guy is, man. He is ancient. That's probably the oldest warthog I've ever shot. Man, beautiful. This is the biggest bodied warthog I think I've ever shot. I don't know how this thing got this fat, but he is just ancient. Look at him. Just beautiful. That tusk is broken on the tip, but just tons of character. What a great old warthog. I really love this trophy. Then after that, man, we were trying hard for that Sable. We put in a lot of miles and hours looking for the Sable on the last day, because, you know, my last chance. And as luck would have it, with about an hour and a half left of light, we got on a Sable. We saw it running in the distance, and we all put a stock on it, and it was just crazy. We tracked it for about 2 miles, and then... 2 miles, and then our head tracker, Garis, stopped, and he said, "Oh, right there," and we couldn't see anything. I don't know. This guy has amazing eyes like an eagle, and we could. Keith kind of guided me in, and I saw it, and it was just it was too risky of a shot. He was in some thick jess, and we were pretty far away. So we got down and we crawled in to where we were about 100 yards away from it, and I got a little, small window to make a shot at 100 yards on the Sable that was quartering towards me. And, I took that chance and I shot it, and I saw it in the scope go down. And then apparently Keith said it got up and ran, and Keith and I took off running, and we covered that 100 yards to where that Sable was shot at a full sprint. And we were running through some nasty, nasty thorns when that happened. I mean, my legs looked like I ran through razor wire, and we were just, a full sprint with our rifles. And we got there and moved past where it was shot, in about 25 yards past where it was shot. And I got my Sable.
It's a nice bullet, Gary.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Yes. Well, it's literally the last hours of the last day of hunting. And we've all but given up on the Sable, and we were going to go just try this evening for the hyena. And we bumped this nice Sable right here and did just a fantastic, crazy stalk on this guy where we were just running full speed after about a 2-mile walk after him. And the trackers were just amazing. They spotted him in some brush that was so thick I couldn't even see him with my binoculars. And somehow we got close enough to him, and I found a little tiny hole to shoot through, and we got him. This is a Sable done right. If my viewers are wondering why I don't have a Sable on the wall already, and this is my first Sable, it's because most of those Sables in places, we usually hunt in South Africa or even some places in Zambia, those Sable were basically bought at auctions and released on a high-fence property for you to hunt. This is an actual free-range wild Sable in its native habitat, and I'll treasure this trophy forever. And now for the tedious task of getting a couple miles in to recover this Sable. So it's our last night here, and we're sitting around the fire, and we're going to enjoy some warthog schnitzel. Man, look at, never eaten warthog before. It's gonna be a first for me. And some kudu biltong. Nice little appetizer. I'll tell you what, Keith and his crew feed us too good. This is just amazing. Well, we're in the cruiser now, and we're leaving Kurunga camp, and we're headed a couple hours away over to Petsa camp, and we're going to meet Kay and mill around there for a while, and then head a couple hours north from there over to Matambo camp and hopefully get into some tigerfish. Yeah. So we got a long, bumpy road ahead of us. Now we are officially in the tsetse fly zone. Look at these nasty things. Ugh. And let me show you around Matambo camp. And this is the main gathering area right here. See, this is the dining area right here. This very spacious lounge area right here. And every night, you'll sit by the fire, overlooking the river, to the sounds of hippos and other wildlife down on the river. And of course, there's a swimming pool overlooking the river. Just an absolutely breathtaking view. Of course, this is the refrigerator. Then Alpha is keeping it stocked with Zambezis for me. And this is where we're staying in Matambo camp, a tent, a big tent. Let me show you around here. Becca's got her cute little bed. I got my cute little bed. And where's the restroom in this thing? Okay, got a little vanity area, a wardrobe, a sink. Oh, there's the toilet. And this is the shower. In case you haven't noticed, we're kind of showering outside here. We got a whole group of elephants. Oh, somebody's not happy. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. This is amazing. I'm actually fishing here.
Yeah, but it is not true.
With
Like
elephants behind me.
Yeah.
So it is official. I'm drinking a Zambezi
On the Zambezi River.
on the Zambezi River.
Yeah. Eh?
Okay, guys, what's for dinner?
Our starter, cheese wrapped with bacon.
Roast, sable fillet, roast potatoes, and some veggies for dinner.
Sounds great.
For dessert, chocolate mousse. Thank you. Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this is the Sable I shot.
Yeah.
We're about to eat it.
Yeah.
It looks delicious. And since we're eating my Sable, I'm going to drink a Sable. Sable, Sable. Nice view of the Zambezi this morning. And this is what I'm bringing today. Hopefully we can get out into the gorge today and get some tigerfish. Gonna try to cast some lures, throw some flies, and last night we even went out and caught some chese as bait. So hopefully we're really prepared to head to the gorge and spend all day there. I'm into it and their gills get caught and they can't get out.
those nets?
We're pulling up an illegal gill net that they set up along the shoreline right here to take all the bream out.
That's crazy.
Yep. And once again, a Zambezi on the Zambezi. It's gale force winds out here on the Zambezi River right now. It is just blowing. So windy out here right now. To switch over to spinning outfits with bait. And really the fish under the water don't really care about the wind. It's just affecting us. Becca just had a tiger fish and lost it. So, I don't know, we're still even. She always beats me. And I'm fishing with a crocodile. Look at that. Just sitting there, enjoying his day like we are. Woo! Yeah! Nice one. Very nice.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
Nice fish.
That's a nice fish. Come on, Chris, we are banking on you.
I know.
Here's the landing net.
All right, he's here. The leader.
You're allowed to go under the.
Oh!
That's a mother of a tiger. Yeah, that's a big tiger. Just take it easy, yeah. Just keep fighting him until he gets tired. That's when we can bring him on board. That's a proper fish. You don't want him to end up breaking around the beach.
Woo! Not done yet.
If he wants to take, let him take the line.
Yeah, I'm letting go. I just loosened my drag a little.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't tie it loose.
Some energy.
Okay, leave it. Ready?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Come on.
Woo! Hey, 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 hey! Yeah! Nice!
That's a big fish.
Nice! Nice!
I would say 20 plus pounds this one.
Fish of a lifetime right here. Fish of a lifetime. Biggest one in a while?
I haven't seen this big fish in my
Tiger fish
life.
on the Zambezi. The captain of this boat said this is the biggest one that's ever been in his boat. This thing is a tank, and he gave me the fight of a lifetime. So let's get the sucker back in the water because he's still a little bit feisty. And look at those teeth. Look at
I
that.
need to
Look
have
at
the
that
proper-
dental work.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Turn him round like this.
Well, I don't know what day it is, to tell you the truth, because I kind of lost track of days. But today we're still at Matotombo Camp on the beautiful Zambezi River, which you can see behind me, right there. We decided to go into the national park and fish the gorge. And all of my viewers know a tigerfish has been one of my few remaining bucket list fish. And I really wanted to scratch that off the list on this trip, and I did today. And in a big way. I caught a 25-pound tigerfish today. That's right, 25 pounds. And for the species that's on the lower Zambezi River, that is an absolute once-in-a-lifetime exceptional fish. And the guide on the boat said in 20 years of guiding on this river, that's the biggest fish he's ever landed on his boat. So, and of course, we took a few pictures and released her unharmed back into the river to reproduce those fantastic genetics that she has. So just an epic freaking day, and can't wait for dinner tonight. Oh, and before I forget, on another note, I just want to say Charlton McCallum Safaris is at just the forefront of conservation in the Zambezi Valley on every front. I mean, I thought, you know, they went above and beyond on conservation on their hunting areas inland. But, you know, going out today with their guide on the river and watching them basically do anti-poaching for fish and pulling illegal gill nets out of the water, just shows me that this entire operation is probably the most conservation-minded operation in Africa, bar none. And they show their true colors when they're with you. It's not a game. It's not an act. They don't pay lip service to it. They actually do what they say. And this is the sunset every night at Matombo Camp. It's just beautiful. For those of you who think this photo is somehow filtered or something, look, there's Becca sitting there, not filtered. This is a real sunset. Just a gorgeous place, man. Just beautiful. Okay, guys, what's for dinner?
Our starter, avocado mold.
Buffalo tail stew, rice or salsa or pulp, and some vegetables.
Apple crumble for dessert tonight.
Oh, sounds great. Thank you. Ooh, look at dinner tonight. Wow, look at that. The meals here are just fantastic.
He said you were asking for salad.
Well, we are ready this morning for another day of fishing and adventure on the mighty Zambezi River. Hopefully Becca hooks into a tiger today. How was your trip over here, Alpha?
Yeah, it was good, yeah.
You caught your first fish, didn't you?
Yeah, for special them.
Okay, you know what? I'll cut to that and I'll show you
Yeah.
Alpha catching his first fish.
Yeah.
Come on, Alpha.
Hey, that's a nice. Okay, just take it easy. Easy.
Take it easy.
Okay.
Take it easy.
That's where you
Tighten the drag a little.
bring it up a little bit more. That's a nice chaser. The first one for the afternoon.
We got Becca Poo here getting ready to load up on the boat early this morning and head out for some tiger fish. electric marble right there. It's actually quite a beautiful catfish species, but they will give you a good wallop if you touch them. So we're not going to touch this guy. And there's the electric barbel. Gonna put him back, and we're definitely not touching this one.
You can see this foot.
And CMS here recovering another gill net. As you can see behind me, I am fishing with some elephants. How often do you get to do this? Just drifting down the river, and we have some elephants just chilling here. Hey guys. I'm gonna miss the Zambezi River. What an incredible place. So we came back from lunch from fishing back to the lodge, and Keith's aunt, Kay, paid us a visit. And we sat with her overlooking the river and just had delightful conversations with her. She's extremely knowledgeable in the local bird life, which was very interesting and helpful to us. And I told her what an upstanding young man her nephew Keith is. And she told me, of course he is. He was raised in a matriarchal environment. So I'm going to miss her. She was a hoot to hang out with and talk to. And I wish I got to spend more time with her.
Evening. Banana soup with croutons is what started at night.
Beef, Sable steak, and chips for dinner.
Dessert, pineapple Bavarian cream.
Sounds excellent, guys. Thank you. Sunrise on our last day in Africa. A fitting send-off to the trip of a lifetime. Oh man, look at Becca's driving the Land Cruiser. Lucky she gets to drive this badass truck. Oh, wait a minute. The steering wheel's on the other side. Aww. And we are at the Chipoto airstrip in northeastern Zimbabwe. And it looks like our flight arrives at Terminal 1. Well, because there's only one terminal. This dirt I'm standing on. And look. And that appears to be our ride right there. They always do a little circle of the landing strip to make sure there's no animals on the strip or kids playing on it. And this is why the pilot circles the landing strip, to make sure that there's no children on it. There are a lot of children that came out. And this is where we're getting our COVID test.
Exactly.
They're very famous for reliably negative results.
Have you done no hunter?
It should be on the bucket list of any serious Africa buff to visit Mr. Patrick Mavros when you're in Harare. Not only because he makes some of the most finely crafted jewelry and silver items in the world, but because of the tales of his family history and some of the absolute pristine hunting relics that he possesses. And this visit did not disappoint. We were lucky enough to get the grand tour, much of which I cannot include in this video. Becca left Patrick's studio with a beautiful set of earrings, but what I left with was far more valuable to me. Memories and Patrick's great storytelling. If you ever come across him, you have to hear the tale of Chipatani, the irritable one. You won't regret it. Look at this.
Okay, folks.
And that's pure silver?
Pure silver and 18 karat gold eyes.
That is amazing. Look at the detail on that. It just,
looks like
just
The
amazing
face.
craftsmanship.
How's that?
Those are amazing.
102 and 104.
I'm standing next to the first 100-pounders I've ever touched.
Shot in 1935.
Shot in 1935. So Lynn, how are you enjoying your day?
my day has been fantastic. Thank you very much.
So I have Mike here from the UK. How was your hunt?
Very good, yeah.
What'd you end up getting?
Buffalo on day one, first 3 hours of the hunt. Caught a couple of fish. What else did I do? Sat in multiple hyena blinds for about 24 hours total without getting one, which isn't a problem. Totally fine with that, but yeah.
So I'm not the only one that suffers from the hyena curse.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, that concludes another Desert Dog Outdoors adventure. And I have to say, this was one of the best. Beck and I had a great time. What was your favorite part?
The fishing.
And of course, I think mine was that sable hunt on the last day. Who am I kidding? It was a tigerfish.
Even though I didn't get one.
Even though she didn't get one, but she did hook into it and get to fight a big voodoo. But
Maybe next time.
maybe next time. A great trip, and we'll be back. And thank you, Keith, and CMS Safaris. It was a trip of a lifetime.